Okay, so we're gonna just throw a little spark down into this stuff here. Once that thing starts to glow like that, shove that right. Hopefully you can kind of see that. So what I've done, I just took some strips of bark and I put them inside of there and then rolled it with a longer piece, and I took a piece, you can see a piece of grass right here. So I took that piece of grass and tied around there. And so now it's just a matter of, and see, once it starts going, I'm good to go. Now I could go carry this somewhere to go start a fire. So there you go. Fire's easy. So what I wanted to talk about today really is that regardless of what method of fire starting you use, ultimately your goal is the same. You're looking to get flame. Whether you're using a ferro rod, whether you're using mish metal, whether you're using flint and steel, whether you're using a magnesium fire starter, whether you're using a bow drill, a hand drill, fire saw, whatever kind of method, a magnifying glass, no matter what you're using, you have to convert whatever you start with into either a coal or a coal, and ultimately you got to have a flame. So ultimately in your fire starting, what you're doing is you're looking to create a flame. And so regardless of what method it is, that's what it's all about. You don't get flame, you're unsuccessful. So I'm going to show you a little something today, particularly with the Doan Magnesium fire starter. Created actually many years ago, decades ago, by a man who wanted to help people be able to start a fire in tough conditions that perhaps they didn't have all the skills necessary all the time to get a flame going. And so let me just show you a few tricks of using the Doan, some things you can do. I'm about to put this thing down before it burns my fingers though. It's getting awful close right now. Well, so realistically, you know, some of the main point of this little video excursion here today, number one, the most important thing is I hiked up this canyon to alongside this little creek in Grizzly Gulch here, Grizzly Gulch area. And that's the number one important reason is I got out to do this. And I'm enjoying my time out here. Now, the number two thing is, and really the most important, is to show you a little about the Doan magnesium bars. And to show you the important things, the number one most important thing in using a magnesium bar is to get a Doan brand bar, or one that you know via a friend or whoever or experience that you know works. So the number one thing is get a Doan bar or one that you know that works well. Now the number two thing, and this is where most people fail in starting a fire with a magnesium bar, is getting your shavings scraped out and getting your shavings into a pile. So here's a Doan magnesium fire starter right here, and You can tell it's a Doan because right on here it'll be stamped in there. It says Doan Manufacturing. This bar is all magnesium across here, with a spark rod that's embedded in the side right here. Now, some magnesium fire starters, the spark rod is not secured in there, and you can drop the thing on a rock or drop it on the ground, that thing will pop out of there. The Doans they're very secure. It's practically impossible to get them out of there without actual abuse. So that's how the Doan magnesium bar comes, is like that. And you can build a lot of fires with this. And then if you get one from us, it comes with a stretch lanyard, a shock cord, with the scraper blade. Now, you know, you can use a knife blade or whatever to scrape with. That works just fine. When I started working with the Boy Scouts on these, I didn't really like the idea of them holding this thing like this and running a knife blade down there. And all you do is you're just scraping shavings off of here. Magnesium shavings will ignite very easily with just a spark, and they burn at 5,400 degrees. So that's incredibly hot. If you get a good pile of them and you strike a spark into there, it's actually white hot. It can actually be too much to look at if you have a big pile of shavings and you light it. It is just brilliant white. Now the Doan magnesium, the reason I like to use it is over the years there's tons of copycats, and especially since Doan's patent ran out, there's tons of bars that look just like this. Some of them won't work at all. Some of them you can't even hardly scrape a shaving off of them. This, now see, went in here and I've got them kind of scraped together in a pile. That's very, very important with the magnesium fire starter. If those shavings are scattered out, you're not going to do any good. If you put them together, then you can see you easily get something that, without any trouble at all, will get you a fire started. So make sure that you keep your shavings, your magnesium shavings, into a pile all together. Now here's something else. If you get a fire starter kit from us, it comes in a pouch, and one of the things in the pouch is concentrator paper. That's what I named it, concentrator paper. Because of what I just told you, magnesium shavings need to be together in a pile to really do you much good. And in the early days, when I was first learning to use my Doan, one of the things I learned was that you need to have a pile of shavings. Now, you can get away with using very little magnesium to start a fire. So this is a piece of wax paper. I used to just tear off hunks. But anyway, so here's what I do here. So I fold this in half, and I fold it in half again. I've actually done this a lot of different ways. Sometimes I used to make a funnel shape where I kind of coiled it together in a funnel, but it all works, but this is a lot easier to do. The reason I do that is after I scrape my shavings, I want to fold that up a little bit and shake it a little so the shavings stay right in one little spot there. Now remember what I said, the objective of any fire starting method is to get a flame. Alright, so here we go with some shavings. Like I say, you don't have to get in any big hurry about it. Just deliberate strokes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's plenty good. Right there. And now we're just shaking those all into one little pile at the center. Okay. Now, once again, all I've got to do is throw me a spark into there. Once that starts, pull me some material over here and we make a fire. Just like that. Very simple. The first most important thing is to buy a quality magnesium bar. Number two thing is to make sure you scrape shavings into a pile. And then number three is, obviously, have some materials ready to catch the hot ember, the flame, whatever you're going to generate once you throw that spark into there. Because once you have flame, you should be able to start a fire. And if you can't start a fire when you have a flame, then you need to train more in how to properly start a fire with a flame. Once you're very good at that, then step back to these other methods and start a fire with them. The kit's just handy to have everything there for you. We've kind of made it to be convenient, so everything you need is right there, done. You just take the kit and go start using it. So this is Perry Peacock with Wilderness Innovation. Just absolutely loving my time outdoors. I love doing this little video deal today. Enjoy it all. I love it, man. I cannot get out here enough. I swear, I can't. So take care. Have a great day. Enjoy our fire starter kits or whatever you want to use. Get ours, please. We'd really appreciate it. But anyway, take care. Perry Peacock, Wilderness Innovation. Have a great day. Bye.